Freedom Property Fund was conceptualized probably about 3 years ago and came about simply because of the crisis we experienced in the markets, not only locally but generally internationally as well in 2008. What had happened particularly was there was a number of very prudent developers who had great development opportunities, and they were unable to unlock the potential of those development opportunities simply because the normal financial institutions had tightened up on funding requirements and so forth. The brainchild of Freedom really was Graham Stavridis, who is quite active in structuring deals, and had found that there would be a need to be able to put these opportunities together in a pool or in a fund and able to access the capital markets. This was the concept for Freedom Property Fund. The fund itself was made up of commercial, industrial, and residential opportunities. The focus of Freedom would definitely move towards the residential market, but the residential market with a difference, and that is to develop residential properties within the low to medium tier income groups and hold these properties within the fund for rental. That market has proven to be quite lucrative within the country, and facing the difficulties and the challenges that we have in the country with a shortage of accommodation within that specific market has also given impetus to the growth of Freedom Property Fund. Initially, the properties put together in Freedom has a market capitalization of R1 billion. There's 1 billion shares of R1 each that will trade, but what is significant about it is that the net asset value of the fund is literally R1.35, which is a 35% discount to the net asset value. The other interesting component about Freedom is that it currently has a 3% gearing on a R1.5 billion fund, which certainly does give us the opportunity to access the markets and able to raise competitive financing to then see these projects through to the end. Currently, as Freedom stands, we have a pipeline of probably about R5 billion within residential, of about 7,500 units, and then more on the industrial side, probably R1 billion of potential and another 124,000 square meters of industrial space. So we're looking forward, and I think the type of investor that would invest in Freedom is one who would be looking at the capital growth prospect, not looking for dividends in the near future, but we foresee that in 3 to 5 years' time, we will also enter into that space where we would have assets to lease and then start distributing income out of that. So it's ideally positioned towards an investor who is particularly looking towards capital growth.